watch the first half here, and then at the beginning of halftime we're gonna go eat. We got a hotel that's got a big screen TV in the room that we're eating at, so we'll be able to watch it on. And then the players will break, and then we'll come back and do scouting report at 10 o'clock whenever we meet again.
What are they?
Because they don't know anything about either team so far. Because
Okay.
it's not really. I mean, you don't want to overload them with that. So we practice for both teams, but without them knowing which team, and certainly they'll know more tonight. So they'll be well versed on it by tomorrow morning.
Do they just watch it as a basketball game, or are they watching with a scouting eye, I guess?
No. Well, I think that some of them will watch it as a basketball game, and some of them will watch it with the scouting eye. I think the freshmen will probably say, "That's a nice play," or "He's athletic," and Frank will say, "Man, did you see how they scored? They run this action a lot," that kind of stuff. Didn't like the fact that we only played one game in Kansas City because one game in 7 days, that's not enough. But I do think it could have been good for us. But we practiced pretty hard this week. We haven't looked great, but we've gone pretty hard, and so I know our guys will be ready to play. That doesn't always guarantee you're going to make shots, but I know we're going to be ready to play. I think it's a little bit different with each team. I was watching on the way down. We put it on. I don't know if it was ESPN News or whatever, and watched all the press conferences throughout, and you could see the difference in with some teams that maybe haven't been in it compared to some teams that have. I think everybody's obviously going to be excited. I think it's important that our team is excited and gets excited to do it. The teams that we've had the most success with in the tournament, I felt like, were teams that were excited, had an edge, but still yet was mature enough to be loose about it. And I think that's kind of a fine line that you have to get to, but because I want our guys to play with freedom. And sometimes when you get in a one-and-done situation, that doesn't happen quite as easily. But I think we'll be okay there. 7 years, and it feels good. Tulsa, I grew up, part of my youth was in Claremore, which is just down the road, and coached in Tulsa for 7 years. Got a ton of friends here, and I don't know if I'll get a chance to see very many of them, but I'm sure some of them will swing by practice, which will be good to see them. But Tulsa's a good town. I think this is a good venue too. I like the facility, and it kind of reminds me of the Sprint Center in some ways, and so it's a nice venue. We've had an advantage over everybody else as far as fans. Is for 3 weeks, our fans have known we're going to play in Tulsa. I mean, they've known that. So if we don't have tickets, then we haven't been very creative. Obviously, a lot of people wait to the last minute, which we understand that. But I hope people do make an effort to get down here because they've had a head start like SMU or Michigan State, obviously, or UC Davis or North Carolina Central or Miami. They had no idea where they were going to be. So it's been a little bit easier for our fans. So hopefully they'll show up in numbers. They're both. UC Davis is very disciplined. I mean, they can really guard and they can score, but they don't play real fast. North Carolina Central play a little faster, but they're very sound too. But two different styles, but certainly not anything we haven't seen. But certainly probably a game in which we need to create some pace, no matter.